Hey everyone, I'm here with Dr. Mary, and I'm super excited to be with you, Dr. Mary. Dr. Mary and I worked together for a few years, and she is an amazing coach. And today we're in, quantum shifts. This is client journeys with brain soul success. So we'll talk a little bit about your experience doing our work here and also about you and the exciting things you have coming up too in your world, Dr. Mary. So wow, it's such, and Dr. Mary and I have known each other for, gosh, quite a few years, and we haven't talked in about 6 to 8 months. So we're so excited to be to be together here.
Yeah,
So
busy people taking care of the world, right?
yes, yes. So thank you so much for hopping on. I just want to sort of briefly introduce you. I mean, Dr. Mary, she's a therapist. She's the founder of Radical Change Coaching, a transformational system that really helps people heal faster, love deeper, and live happier. And Dr. Mary's also a therapist, and she realized, right, that therapy wasn't going to save as many lives, and you wanted a faster way, and that's how you ended up going into coaching.
Yes, combining the best of therapy with the best of coaching. It's been like such a powerful part of my personal life, my professional life, and I have a team of radical change coaches. So it's been a really powerful movement in my own life.
Yes, and I love that. And I remember when we met, I don't know if you were just beginning that.
No, 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 not at all. Because I've been doing
No?
it about 18, 20 years. So what I was
Okay.
doing when I met you was to do the marketing differently. So we had met in a particular program.
Yes, and a program on yes, on the marketing. Yeah, absolutely. And I know you've had your own podcast too and radio show and have really been out there and you've got some exciting things to share with us. But when you came to me and when we started working together, what was the problem? You
So
had an
first,
issue.
I just want to share. I remember meeting you at a mastermind that I belonged to, like a
Mhm.
high-end mastermind, and your energy and your love for people like really stood out to me. Like I was just like, who is this woman? Like just a lot of joy, a lot of energy, a big caring heart where you just want everyone to be as healthy as you can. And then I remember you sharing some things with me and me just realizing like this is a powerful woman. Like this is a woman who knows what she's doing. So we became friendly and connected a few times. And then what happened was, oh, somewhere around maybe 15, 18 years ago, I had gotten Epstein Barr.
Mhm.
Woke up one day, didn't feel great. And within a few weeks, I realized something's very wrong. And I got diagnosed with Epstein Barr. And I would take my breaks and I would slow down and I tried different things to address the Epstein Barr, both in regular medicine, which didn't help, and then also holistically. And then the next thing I knew was I had chronic Epstein Barr. Every month, I was having to take 7 to 10 to 12 days off from work, which is like
Wow.
almost half the month. And that's
Mhm.
when I reached out to you. And I was like, Louise, what can you do? This is ruining my business. Like it's ruining my life. I'm just miserable and I have no energy and I'm almost sick more than I am healthy. So that's when we connected.
Yes. Yes, now I'm remembering that because you used to say, you always get me off the couch.
Right, I do remember well, we did long distance healing, right? Long distance
Yes,
healing.
yes.
And I literally would be like, we were on a phone. I wouldn't even get on a Zoom call with you because I felt so bad. And I'd lay on the couch and just listen to you. And honestly, it was kind of like, all right, Louise, just fix me. Right? Do your stuff and just fix me. And then I would get off the call with you and I'd sit up and be like, all right, I'm like ready to do something here. So you got me off the couch. You got a therapist off the couch. How's
I
that?
got the therapist off the couch. That's a good line. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm so happy that we were able to do that because you're very powerful. You're an amazing, powerful coach,
Thank you.
and I want to see you shine, right?
Mhm.
And you can't do that when you have that fatigue.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I really
Yeah.
was hurting my business. How many clients could I see? And even like just like mentally, cognitively, just not feeling up to like, when you're building a program or leading a team and trying to help the world and change the world, that takes a lot of mental energy. It takes a lot of emotional, spiritual energy, right? And that was
Hmm.
all just being depleted every 2 weeks, right? So getting better, my physical health changed. I mean, you did share with me all different ways of healing that really came together in a holistic way that got me back to functioning and back to my best, which is like, that is such a gift, right? To know that
Mhm.
Louise was able to give me that gift, right? With the work that you did. And then,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course,
We
I was,
use the brain system, because what I found, Dr. Mary, on my own healing path was when you just do the body pieces. So if you go to a functional medicine doctor and you get labs and you get vitamins, that's great. That's first, that's foundational, and that can help a lot of people. But oftentimes it's still the emotions, it's still the spiritual work, and it's still the energy field where stuff starts. And what I
absolutely.
did is combine it all. And when we combine it all like that, that's when people get better and it sticks.
Mhm.
Right, and then you learn the tools. You said yes to learning the brain system because you knew that was gonna help you in your own business too.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yes. What were some of the transformations there, things that happened for you when you started learning our brain soul system?
I think one of the things that I walked away the most with was like being a therapist, I'm very grounded in like practical code of ethics, have to follow, all the rules, which I still do. But I think for me, like coming from a therapist training, combining it with coaching and then taking your program, it helped me really see in real time how important energy healing is and,
Mhm.
brain soul connection talk about. And like, I remember leaving the program thinking, I have these energy hacks now, right? Like, there's some of them are like quick and easy, right? Like positive points, emotional codes. Like, I didn't know that stuff, right? So,
Mhm.
those positive points, emotional codes, the soul tie box takes a little longer to do. But, and he's also the mind gems, right? Just getting into the
Mhm.
practice of mind gems on a regular basis. And as you know, like, I love to play poker. And one of the secrets to playing amazing poker is being able to relax your body, mind, and heart. So I often use those little energy hacks before a poker game, during a poker game, or when things go wrong in life.
Mhm.
And I find myself just leaning on that and then also noticing when those things that I learned could also help clients, like let's just release some emotions in a moment, right? Not
Yes.
full tie box, but more like
Mhm.
let's just do some emotional codes. Let's do some positive points, right?
Yes.
So, and my clients love it, right? Because they come in feeling one way and we quickly get them to another way, and then we have a different session than we would have had.
Yes. I'm so happy you're still using all the tools. That's amazing. When you were playing poker, I just had a little joke here I had to share. I kept thinking I was going to go with you and be like in the movie Rain Man.
Well, listen, my poker career is still moving forward, but I will tell you a true story, right? You do a lot with frequencies, and I don't know what the terms, but biofeedback, right? So I don't
Uh-huh.
know if you remember this, but the very first time I played in the World Series of Poker, you had me on all your machines, right? So I didn't know,
Yes.
right? We talked about the location, the room, like you really supported me in my big dream. And I went and I played first time ever World Series of Poker, 10,000 people, little old me, little in over my head. But every hour, and you play for 13 hours, right? Every hour, if you know anything about cards and poker, I was getting like 4 to 6 pairs an hour. That's unheard of. I'm
I
like,
love that.
I playing my first WSOP and I've got this energy you're sending me tons of pairs. And I know how to play pairs well. Like I know what to do with poker in poker with pairs. So I did a usually easy game at a rough table. So the next year that I went back, I was not in touch with you and I did not have your frequency and I didn't get any pairs, right?
Really? We have to do
Like,
that again then.
like playing the game was entirely different without your support. And I feel like that's kind of the gift that you bring to the world. Like I think of, whether we're doing coaching or the work that you're doing, it's like, how do we help our clients win the emotional and mental spiritual game of life?
That's a
Right?
great question.
Right?
Mhm.
How do we help them do that? But
Yes.
when you have Louise on your side and Louise's biofeedback machine and frequencies and energy and everything she's teaching, like you just float through it easier with a whole lot of support, and
Yes.
that's why I bring up the poker is because like I've played 3 times and I've never had that experience again where the cards were just coming in my favor hour after hour after hour.
Well, we'll have to do it again.
Okay, on.
I love that. We'll have to do it again. That is just awesome. Well, everything is it's proving everything is energy.
Yes.
So when we're energetically supported in the field, in the energy field, right? whether it's a, biofeedback device, whether it's the brain soul system, whatever energy tools that we're using, it's going to help elevate you and help the positive result, really.
Right.
Right. And for anyone, that's what it did for you with poker and for your business too, because while you were in our community, that's when you got the call about doing the movie coming up.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. And that again, that was something that was a dream and a desire. And you put in I believe in heal first, manifest, and then in your community, which is also a very loving, supportive community. Um, I that is where I actually had been asked to be a part of the movie as an expert. And
Mm-hmm.
I said yes, but I want my team to come with me. So I have a radical change team of like 16 coaches, and some of my strongest coaches made it to the movie, and two of my coaches are my children, so they're in the movie. But like, what a beautiful testimonial to be able to bring healing to the world with my 30-year-old children that believe in it just as much as me,
Oh,
right? It's
yes.
just like you. I know how much you
Yes.
share with your children, right? It's like they
Mm-hmm.
see it in you, they see you live in it, they see you breathe in it, they see you bringing it to the world. They get affected by it, they get touched by it. So, and then the most beautiful part is, so in this movie that's going to touch the world and change a lot of lives, I get to be in it, my team gets to be in it, my daughters are in it, and even my little grandson snuck into the movie.
Oh, Dominic's in there. Oh, yay.
So he's in there like as a 9-month-old and a 2-year-old because it took a long time for the movie to actually be produced. So,
Uh-huh.
life is so juicy, right? Like life is so beautiful. Life is worth living. Like you have to learn how to be happy emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And then I
Yes.
see these blessings come. So yeah, I was in your program when that opportunity found me.
Yeah, I remember that now. And why don't we share a little bit about that? And what's the name of the movie and it's coming out soon? Like it's,
Yeah, it's coming out September 25th.
mm-hmm.
The name of the movie is Zero Limits, and it's really about how life is limitless. And it's really a bunch of, I don't know the exact number, but maybe 20, 18 to 20 professionals that were touched by the healing power of Ho'oponopono. And most of the people are either energy healers, coaches, or spiritual healers. And they all like, it's kind of like reminds me of a bunch of you and me's, right? Like that's not the right thing.
Yes.
Combine you and me and a bunch of people that like we just love people. We just want to help people move forward, heal, grow, transform, change, right? Be their
Mm-hmm.
best, live their best life. So it's a bunch of healers and energy workers and everybody, coaches that um, had a rough time and ended up in this amazing place in the world where they want to help the world heal. And it's just that life is limitless, but it's really all about Ho'oponopono healing, right? That Dr. Joe Vitale wrote a book called Zero Limits to introduce the Western world to Ho'oponopono healing. So it's really
Can you
based.
describe that for people who don't know what that is?
Yeah, Ho'oponopono healing comes from a Ho'oponopono prayer that comes from Hawaii. And it's just 4 simple sentences. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. But it's a very powerful prayer that when we pray it to divinity or to God, we're
Mm-hmm.
asking God to fix within us what we can't fix. And when we allow God or divinity to heal within us what we can't fix on our own,
Mm-hmm.
it radiates to the people we love in our relationships, right? So it's about forgiveness, it's about healing relationships, it's about
Mm-hmm.
inspiration and healing, emotional healing, mental healing, physical healing. It's just a beautiful prayer and a beautiful healing modality to know about.
Yeah, it really, really is. I mean, it's so simple, like you said, it's so powerful and so simple. And I love how you use that in your world of coaching.
Yeah, one of the things, if you have a way to share this, there is a link that's coming out that the movie comes out September 25th on Amazon and Apple, and you can stream it. But if you want to get it sooner, Dr. Joe Vitale and all the cast members, myself included, are doing a Q&A. So if we have a way to share that date and
Yeah, we'll
time,
share the link and we'll share the link in the show notes here because that's really, really powerful. And there are a lot of people who are healers here who are interested in that. So we want them to have that breakthrough of really listening. Yeah, listening to that too. Hmm.
one of the things my team and I always joke about is Ho'oponopono is powerful and easy. The hardest part is saying it and spelling it, right? Because
Oh, so true. I've
no
spelled it
one
wrong so
wants to
many
say
times.
Ho'oponopono.
So very true. Well, your life, your business, your energy has certainly changed since you said yes to yourself and learned the brain system. Then that movie came about during the time that we were together, and you don't have that fatigue anymore, right? You're pretty healthy.
I mean, I don't. I really have not had a full-blown Epstein Barr episode since I've worked with you. Once in a while, like maybe twice, and I know I think you helped me like 5, 6 years ago with that.
Hmm.
Like once in a blue moon, I might get a little bit like, oof, feeling a little tired. I'm gonna alter my schedule. And I did change one thing in my life too. I used to wake up really early and burn the bridges all day to midnight. So after I worked with you, I decided to give myself the gift of sleeping in the morning. Like I don't do
Hmm.
early morning appointments, right? Like I sleep in as
Uh-huh.
long as I need to sleep. So if I start to feel any bit of like, oh, I think maybe a little Epstein Barr is knocking on my door, I just get more sleep and that's all I need. So slow down a little bit and get more sleep. So
Hmm.
I've never had an incident again where I've lost an hour or a day of work, which is
Oh,
amazing.
that's wonderful.
Think about
Yay.
how that helps me financially, right? Because I was losing at least 12 days a month to work.
Hmm.
That's almost half the month,
That's
right?
almost half the month. Yeah. Yeah. So that's wonderful. Wow. Well, good for you. And good for you for honoring your body and being aware and taking an action step there.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
have
You
to-
did good there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really, that's awesome, Dr. Mary. And I'm so excited about, the gift that you have to share with your radical change coaching. Tell us a little bit about that and how, that's been developing too over the last few years since even I
Yeah.
probably talked with you. Yeah.
Yeah. We started out, I'm on a mission to find 25 heart-centered, loving people that want to become a coach and change people's lives in a big, drastic way. And at Radical Change Coaching, we believe the most important thing to become a coach is to be trained to actually change people's lives. Like, not trained to be a coach who sits across from someone and gives advice or helps people reach goals.
Uh-huh.
What if you could be a radical change coach where you literally know how to help them understand themselves better and help them realize we can help you reach all your goals, but what if you could have the life you really want to live? What if you could be your best self and your best you? So we
Mhm.
use a system, a coaching system to do that. And it really trains coaches that coaching isn't about the coach, coaching is about the client,
Of course.
right? It's about
Yes,
the
people
client and
first, people first.
right, but also like how do you sit across from a client and understand them and give them feedback, advice, and help based on who they are, not what you know, right? So it's just a very different little twist that's very powerful. But we presently have 16 coaches on the team. We have spots for 9 more. And the mission is really to train 25 radical change coaches who want to help the world heal, help people heal, and help businesses heal, and couples as well.
Nice. Very nice.
We have 11 different programs. So, I mean, you talk about benefits. Since you helped me get healthier, and I've gone back to work and continuing to build our radical change community, we actually now have 11 different programs. So we have the coaching program, we help people save marriages, we help people with difficult relationship with kids. We have an inner child healing coaching program, which is
Mhm.
really powerful. So yeah, I mean, like we definitely expanded in numbers and programs and in community.
And
So
in community. Oh, that's really beautiful. I guess I have a deeper question around that for you. Through
yeah.
all those programs, when you're working with people as a coach and training your coaches, do you notice that what happens is their intuition increases?
Oh, absolutely. So we believe
Hmm.
called the art of coaching, which is, part of the program is how do you coach with your head, heart, and gut? Right. And honestly, when you're sitting across from someone, how do you know
Hmm.
when you need to be in your head, when you need to be in your heart, and when you need to be in your gut? you know?
Hmm.
So that's
Hmm.
a really big part, I think, of like coaching isn't just conversation. Coaching isn't just helping people. Coaching isn't giving the best advice that worked for you. Like, I don't know if you run across this, but this is
Hmm.
something that's been painful for me to watch. Is like sometimes coaches and healers really think like whatever I experienced will work for you. And what I find 35
Hmm.
years of doing therapy and coaching is like you said earlier, like you have to understand who's sitting across from you before you offer what you have,
Of
right?
course,
Like,
you want
yeah,
to understand the person. It's about
right.
it's about them. It's about the person. It's about where they're at in their lives, you
Mhm.
know. It's their path.
Right.
It's their journey.
We take it one step further, which is to help them understand how do you show up in life, love, and relationships, right? So in the coaching world, how do you show up in life? How do you show up in love? How do you show up as a lover in a loving relationship? How do you show up as a parent? How do you show up at work? Are you okay with all those ways? Or do you feel in, inner wisdom, right? We talk about inner wisdom in your program a lot. Like with
Hmm.
your inner wisdom, do you know that there's some areas that could use a little cleaning up? And let us help you get there your way in a way that works for you.
In a way that works for that person. It's a tool. To me, it's a tool bag. Brain
Yes,
Soul Success, we have a tool bag, and it's like using a different tool, like my brother taught me. If you need a hammer, you're not going to use a wrench.
correct, correct.
Right. So it's having a tool bag and really, really sort of knowing. That's
Mhm.
what I love about the transformational work that I do when I do a brain system session with people, because I never know where it's going to go.
Right.
I know I'm going to start somewhere, but I never know where it's going to go. And I never know what tool I'm going to need to pull out. And sometimes it's a deep ancestral clearing thing that happens. And we don't even know that until we're on the call.
And
Yeah.
that's where that intuition comes in. So, right, you want to build that
Mhm.
muscle of intuition that as a healer or a coach, like which one's needed the most here right now, you know?
Mhm.
I think one of the things that too, working on the movie Zero Limits, and I think you'll appreciate this, Louise, is just that I don't think I ever realized before how many loving, good people there are out there, like you and me, right?
Nice.
They're good at what they do. Their
Mhm.
life and their challenges brought them to a point where they needed more information, more healing, more coaching, more something, right? And through their own journey, they found a beautiful way to not just care about themselves, but to care about and know like this could change millions of lives. This could make the world a better place. So how do
Mhm.
I perfect what I've got here and really get it out to the world? Like, how do I get out there and shine and make a difference in as many lives as I can? And I've just met so many people like that lately. Like, it's almost like, I guess it's in my frequency or in my energy field right now because they
Mhm.
just seem to be all over the place, which is a beautiful thing. Because I think we really need that,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. We really need that. And is a beautiful thing. And you're right. It is your vibration. It's your frequency. So if you're vibrating at that frequency, you're attracting those people to you.
Correct.
Like I have
Right.
the most amazing community of loving, heart-centered,
Mhm.
people, and I'm watching their intuition increase, their confidence increase. They're selling, houses and businesses, and they're getting more money, and all kinds of cool stuff's happening. But it's because they're their authentic self.
Yes,
So what
absolutely.
we do is get them back to their authentic self. And you're kind of speaking about that when you say, how do you show up in different areas or roles of your life? You show up as you. And when you
Mhm.
show up as you, if there is a discord or a problem with a relationship in your family, we can
Right.
totally clear that. We have somebody clearing some really deep stuff right now in our
Sure.
community with family stuff. Yeah, it's amazing to watch.
I like to think about that as the ripple effect, right? I don't think we always
Uh-huh.
think about the ripple effect, right? Like,
Yes.
which helps me be present to my team, present to my children, more present to my grandson that wasn't even born at that point, right? But
Mhm.
then it's like, how do we heal and grow and transform? And then do we always really realize how much that affects the people that we know, or the people that we love, or the people that we work with? It's such a ripple effect that's
Yes.
so powerful. Like we can't really add up how many lives we've changed.
I know,
Right?
like when I think about, I mean, I don't know, I probably worked with over 50,000 families here in Albuquerque, but it's families. So if I
Hmm.
really look at it, I've changed in all the teaching I've done. I know I changed a million brains by 2020. So then my goal was, okay, I got to up the ante. So now it's 10 million by 2030. Right. So, uh, but we don't know that because when we, help when we have a person in my community, in my mastermind community, they help their family and it just ripples. So that ripple effect, it ripples out. Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing I love about you, Louise, is like you're so dedicated. Like you're dedicated to your systems and your healing and your families. Like your love is very strong. Like your love is very authentic, very real, very powerful. And like you seem to approach everything from this place of love. Like, how can I help? Who can I help? How much more can I help you? How deep can we go? right? Like
Mhm.
you're just all about that. And I came out to visit you. I had one, I think.
Yes, that was awesome.
I won some time with you, like 2 days or something, and we made a weekend out of it. And I remember, like, when I went to sleep the first night, I thought, "Ah, I found someone who's working as hard as me. Like, you're just working so hard, right? But it was like comforting to me, like, Louise never quits. Louise just keeps going.
At this point, I have to tell you, I'm trying to create more balance in my life.
Mhm.
So I'm very dedicated, and thank you, for sharing that, Dr. Mary. I love my people. I love people. I love meeting new people. I love being with my tribe and also meeting new. I love that. So that is my passion. But I'm getting a little older here, and it's time for me to spend more time with my grandson who was born. He's about 15 months now. And
Okay.
and so I'm working on balance in my life so I can spread that love to everyone else, but also to myself, my family, and things
Yeah.
that are changing in my life.
Hey, and listen, as coaches and healers and energy workers, like, it doesn't mean we have everything perfect, right? Like,
No.
I struggle with the same balance sometimes, like,
Uh-huh.
how do you take more time off, more time to relax, slow down? Um, but it's all just part of the process of keep working through things, keep moving forward, and, be your best, beautiful self. Like, not just for ourselves, but for the people
Mhm.
that we work with.
Yes,
I think
of
that's a
course.
common thread that we have.
Yeah. And we're so aligned that way.
We
Not just the hard work, but the whole passion
definitely.
thing about what we want to do. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Listen, I think any time with Louise is special time, right? So any time, clients can spend with you, whether you're doing a master class or a weekend or a retreat, or your actual training. I mean, that was a very powerful year to be in touch with you guys on a weekly basis.
You learned a lot. I know you grew a lot too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem to be what's happened. I like that sort of bigger transformation, this sort of think tank that we're all in. And I almost feel like maybe this is what happened with the movie for you guys too, is when you got all those healers together and all those people together, you almost want to do like a huge planetary clearing because it's just this amazing energy that's all in one room kind of thing. And woo, man, I love that part too.
That's true because it was in June. Sam and I, oldest daughter and I, we went out to Sacramento, California for a red carpet event for the movie, right?
Uh-huh.
So there we are, like 300 people in the movie theater, but most of the cast members were there, and it was electrifying, right? Like you're in the audience, you're watching it. I've seen it already, but you're watching it again, but you're watching it with all the other cast, and there was just this
Oh.
whole other level of energy, you know, that was just very comforting and empowering,
Oh,
you
I
know.
love that. Yeah, I could just totally see that. Well, gosh, congratulations on all your success with that, on the movie. Um, I know that you've got lots of things coming up here too. I think you have some challenge you want to share with us, and how can people get a hold of you? Let's do
Yeah.
that, Dr. Mary.
So,
Yeah.
sure. So being a therapist who fell in love with coaching, I spent like 20 years finding the best of coaching and the best of therapy and combining them into what we call a ways of being coaching system. So what we'd
Hmm.
like to do is give you a little taste of what that's like by offering you a free 7-day radically change your life. So for 7 days, 15, 20 minutes, you jump on, you listen to a video. It's about self-awareness, being self-reflective, and you're just going to take the information that I'm training you and sharing you on for the challenge and see like what's your next step in life, what do you need to find yourself, what do you need to find for yourself that's going to help you be happier, healthier, wealthier, whatever it is you're looking for. So if people are interested in that challenge, they can just go to www.drmaryoz.com that /
Mm-hmm.
challenge, put in
Mm-hmm.
the / so www.drmaryoz.com / challenge / and you'll probably list that at the bottom.
Okay, yeah, we can put that in the show notes for everybody, but that's great that, yeah, you shared it here. Oh, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Oh gosh, I love you so much.
I love you
Let me ask, let's
too.
ask some personal questions. When you're not working, what does Dr. Mary like to do in her free time?
So I'm definitely playing poker a couple of times.
Okay.
I
Okay.
still am determined that I will be the first woman ever to win the World Series of Poker. Like, I love the mental game of poker. I have studied it, and I'm always either playing poker, studying poker, of course, enjoying my family. We have another little baby on the way. We're waiting on baby Lear today or tomorrow. Phone call while we were on
Oh, that's so
on the
exciting.
phone. Let's see, playing poker, definitely love being outdoors, swimming over the summer, traveling, connecting with friends. And lately I've been falling a little in love with AI. Have you checked out AI?
Really? Are you playing with AI?
I've
Okay.
been spending some time on AI.
Uh,
Like, it is amazing, like how you can, like, I find with AI, it's like you just can't ask a basic question. You got to feed it information and then ask a question, and then what it spits out is absolutely amazing. So I've been dabbling a little bit with AI because, again, I think that in the business world, it's good to be part of the cutting edge, you know?
Yeah, I've been playing with that a little bit too. Not no, I get titles and stuff,
Yeah.
from it and put that in. But I had a really interesting experience after my last like online event. I had a call with a woman and she was so excited to talk with me. And she was like, I looked you up. And I'm thinking she looked me up in Google or something. She was, I looked you up in AI and I found all this stuff out about your system and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa, man, she looked me up in AI. I was like, this is a different world. Uh, so
Absolutely.
that, I don't know, that said something to me. So I guess the more information we put in there, the more it knows about
Right.
you and like my brain system. But I didn't know that prior to meeting with this woman.
Well, I think, yeah, like the more you do podcasts and there's information, AI will go check out podcasts and themes and things like that. So, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that's what it's doing. I don't know. I did hear this though, and I don't know anything about this, but apparently there's different like stations around the country that have all the computers that are, doing the AI, and it's taking up a whole lot of energy. And so the people who are like looking at resources and energy are concerned for that reason.
Yes, I have heard that. I think that's 100% true. Can't believe everything you hear today.
I know. I was like, what does that mean?
No,
Um,
I believe that that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So we have to, so that's really fun. So AI and you, I mean, oh my gosh. So you have to let me know when you're going to play poker again. When's the next big game?
I'm actually committed to the next time. I haven't played the last 2 years just because of business and life has been really busy, but I'm taking an entire year to study, and I'll be playing in July of 2026. So I'm going to connect with you and get on that
Okay.
machine.
Yeah. Let me know. Let me
I
know.
want pairs every hour.
I
That
want to
makes
be your Dustin Hoffman coming along coming alongside
uh,
you.
when I make the final table, you'll have to fly over to Vegas and come be on what we call the rail.
Real. Okay. Okay. That sounds like fun. Oh my gosh. We got to do that. Very, very, very good. Well, hey, Dr. Mira, I usually end with this one. What's one brain tip that you can share with our audience?
A brain tip. Hmm. I don't know if this is what you mean by a brain tip, but I feel like I've learned this through life.
Hey.
I probably have survived a big part of my life by being very cognitive, like analytical as a therapist, right?
Hmm.
And I think when you learn to survive by trusting your brain so much, which I think is a good thing, we can sometimes get locked into thinking our way is always the right way,
Hmm.
right? So I think a
Hmm.
brain tip for me would be, yes, trust your cognitive ability, trust your brain, but also leave room for we don't know it all for everyone all the time. Like, as much as
The
we'd like,
open-mindedness part.
yeah, just like remain open-minded that
Hmm.
whatever love is for me or whatever the best life for me is could be different for someone else because they're wired differently, because they've lived a different life than,
Yes.
and I don't have the right to make my way be right for them. It's more about let's create this space where I get to know you, you get to know me, I have my way, you have your way, and there's room to appreciate both.
Of
And
course.
right, so I think it's, and then also maybe even expanding that into sometimes our heart just knows better.
Oh, it's so funny because that is what I end with all the time on the podcast.
Oh, and I've never
I
listened to you.
do. I do. I say because there's a heart brain connection, right? And so I always say follow your heart and take your brain with you
Right, I love that.
because it's both.
right. And for me, I think that's been a like, I've been more of a in my head person than my heart. So I'm now at the age that I'm at, which I won't disclose because I do look younger than I am. Um, I'll just say I think it's like probably the most important lesson that I've learned in life is that, the heart and love really are supposed to come first.
Absolutely. There's a brain inside your heart.
Hmm.
There's a
Yeah,
little
I said
brain
that.
inside our heart.
I said that over the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a huge, I mean, and Dr. Greg Braden and Heart Math and all those, you know, people
Mhm.
definitely share the actual science on the heart brain connection too.
Very powerful.
Yeah, it's very, very powerful. Love how we all get to that same place.
You are the best, and I think everyone should check out you and check out your program and let you teach them everything you knew about the brain soul connection and the brain soul system. It really is phenomenal. It's powerful. It's amazing. It's life changing.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Mary. And I love you so much. And
Thank
check
you.
out, and we're going to put show notes here too. Check out that movie and what Dr. Mary is doing with the Radical Change program. So we're similar but different, and there's
Mhm.
sort of different strokes for different folks, is how I
Yep.
kind of look at it.
Absolutely.
So gosh, kudos to you and all your great work, Dr. Mary. And yes, you've got to come out here. And yeah, I'm going to go on a poker
Hi.
trip with you.
Time for another visit.
Sounds like fun. Awesome. Remember, everyone, follow your heart and take your brain with you.